now.
Hello and welcome again to Tommy Travers's football predictions. I've just done a prediction last weekend. It was the first league game for Kildare in Division 1 of the league. It haven't been in there now for 4 years in Division 1. And it was a very, very hard match against Kerry. And Kerry are one of the top teams in Ireland at the moment. And Kildare went into the match anyway, and they were underdogs. Like they were 3.5 to 1 in the bookies. Kerry were 5 to 1 on, and the draw was 10 to 1. So I done a prediction on it anyway, and I just went for the draw, and it ended up a draw. Now, looking at the match, I was at the match. It was in St. Conleth's Park in Newbridge, County Kildare, and I was at the match, and it was Kildare were ahead at the start of the match by 2 points. And then Kerry got a goal. It was a sort of a lucky goal they got, but they still got it, and that's all that matters. They got into the lead then, and they were in the lead then for the whole match. And Kildare were trailing all the time. But in the second half, Kildare came into the game. There was a wind in Newbridge, and Kildare had the wind in the second half. And they came into the game, and they kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And there were 5 points behind at one time, which is a good bit in Gaelic football if you don't get a goal. And they weren't going for goals. They were going for points. But they kept plugging away. And eventually they equalised. They got a free and they equalised. And the match ended up a draw. Now, at the match, I was speaking to all the people around me where I was in the ground. I was up near the RTE, where RTE have their fella that does the radio. And I was a little bit to the right of that. And everyone that was around me was all Kerry people. I didn't know any of them, but I was talking to them all, and they were very, very nice. And they were after coming up for Kerry for the day. Some of them came on buses, some of them came and drove in their cars. So I think everyone at the end of it was happy enough that it was a draw. But I think Jack O'Connor now, who was manager of Kildare for 2 years, and he went back to Kerry, I'd say he would have been disappointed with losing, withdrawn, because they were winning all the time. Now, Glenn Ryan, the Kildare manager, the Kildare selectors, they seem to be happy enough with the draw. I think they would have been happy with the draw. I was definitely delighted that we got the draw. So now I'm going to do a prediction about Kildare is playing Donegal up in Donegal this weekend. And that's going to be another very, very tough match because Kildare are away from home and they're going to be up in Donegal and it's going to be really tight match, I think. Now, I know I always say that, but this definitely will be a tight match. So I don't know. I didn't see the Kildare team. They didn't get any. They might have got one injury last week. But overall, I think they have a fit team. So we'll see how they get on. But I'm going to go, which is a bit unusual now, but I'm going to go for another draw because there was 3 draws last weekend. But I'm going to chance another draw. Now, I don't know whether it's going to happen or not, but I'm going to go for a draw. And even I'd like to see Kildare winning naturally enough. But if they get a draw, it won't be a bad result because at least they have 2 points then out of their first 2 matches. Okay, thank you. Bye. Thanks for looking ahead.